Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is professional Starcraft between Liquid MaNa and Trap. It is a Protoss versus Protoss and Deadwing, the latter edition. Now, this is a mirror match, and I'm not sure if Protoss versus Protoss is one of my favorites. But it's interesting because there are Immortals and Oracles and Templar and all that fun stuff. So we will see what each of these players decide to do. Now, later, let's see, I'll be posting this on Friday. So last night, I streamed the latest expansion for Hearthstone, Blackrock Mountain, for a couple of hours. So check that out. Go to twitch.tv/FalconPaladin and you will see an archive of that. I will see if I can upload it to YouTube sometime today, just so you can catch it in case you're not a fan of Twitch. But I got on there at a recommendation of another fellow caster, Element. If you have not heard of him, you may have heard of the Daily Sodium Intake series on YouTube. He just highlights different bad manner and people who get really, really salty about losing, and it's pretty funny. Last time, or one of the recent ones that I watched, somebody actually started spoiling Game of Thrones for someone because they lost a game, which I feel like is incredibly bad manner, just because Game of Thrones is really, really popular, and spoilers are one good way to ruin a really good show. So I would even watch trailers for something if I'm planning on watching it anyway. I will watch trailers if it's something that I'm kind of on the fence about. If it's a movie or a TV show that I'm not quite sure if I want to see, then I will definitely take the time to watch the trailer, and it can maybe convince me to go ahead and watch that movie or TV show and give it a shot. But if it's something I want to see, like The Avengers 2 for sure, which is coming out, I have definitely not watched any kind of trailers for that, which is hard to do. It's hard to avoid. So we're going to go ahead and slow this down because we do have a little bit of Mothership Core patrolling going on, checking out for some units coming up here from MaNa's base. Again, Trap is one of the best Protoss players on Earth. He went ahead and was in the finals of the 2015 Katowice Championships for the Intel Extreme Masters held last month in March. And MaNa is just, again, one of the long-standing, amazing Starcraft 2 players. Just a very strong Protoss, and has been for several years. So this should be a good series. Again, it's another best-of-3 series, just like we saw some from Snoot and Bibiong earlier this week. So we have gateways going down, we have a Twilight Council going down. Where'd my production tab go? There it is. It looks like it's a fairly identical Blink Stalker build coming down from both of these players, so we're going to have to see a lot of good micro. I think it's going to come down to whoever has the best micro, whoever can get their wounded stalkers away from the front lines best will win. Whoever can find the best angles at which to attack, best places to blink up, whoever can kill the most workers is going to win this. Right now it just looks like, honestly, a one-base all-in Blink Stalker attack from both. Cybernetics Core is just finishing up Warp Gate for both of these players. Blink is on the way. The Robo Facility is coming up as well, possibly for an Observer to help with that Blink to the high ground, or some Immortals to help supplement this army. But neither player shows much interest in actually expanding here. We have the Photon Overcharge going down here at Trap's Nexus, and MaNa's Mothership Core is forced to escape without getting any probe kills whatsoever, but did force that overcharge, which might come in handy later on. But again, a lot of energy here is necessary to do that, and right now we just don't have it for Trap. So it might have been just a feint, just kind of a way to use up that energy so it's not available for when this Blink Stalker timing hits. Now here we are coming right up. Trap is heading out back, actually, with the first set of Stalkers. It looks like he might have tried to poke up the ramp here. Saw he was met with an equal number of Stalkers. The high ground does favor the Stalkers in this advantage, or in this situation, and so he just decided to back out. So just kind of patrolling around, see if he can find where his Mothership Core escaped to. Can't quite find it. So MaNa's pretty happy about that. And a forward pylon there by Trap. Do we have any forward pylons by MaNa? No, we do not. So it looks like this might have just been a Blink Stalker into Expand play for both of these players. Yes, they both did get Observers out, which is nice, just to do some scouting around to see where the enemy is coming from. Whole lot of Blink Stalkers coming out right now. It is 12 to 12 though, 25 to 28 Harvesters in favor of MaNa. So a bit of a better economy and the same size of army can be enough to win a game in a professional StarCraft 2 match. So here we have a small skirmish small skirmish between these two players here at the Zelnaga Watchtower. Again, we see the Wounded Stalkers blinking to the back. I don't see much focusing of Wounded Stalkers going down. They're just interested in keeping theirs alive, and we'll see who comes out on top. This kind of reminds me of Roach on Roach stuff. Another small attack going down over here. 3 Stalkers to 2. I believe the 3 are going to win just by simple math. But the blink comes in to try to take them down from MaNa, and they are forced to escape. Forward pylon does get taken down. Looks like MaNa won that battle. The Wounded Stalkers of Trap were forced to escape and retreat back there in defeat and in shame. Still no second base going down for either of these players. I think they recognize they can't afford the minerals right now. This somewhat forward pylon for MaNa going down. There we go. It explodes in blue flames. Trap does a good job there. Trap sitting here. Is he going to get spotted by MaNa? Yes. Blinks right in. Takes down 1. Takes down... Oh, I thought he was going to get 2. Yes, does get 2. Manages to barely snipe 1 as it's running away, catching it just inside that range. Another blink. And another Stalker goes down. So if we look at the units tab, it is 12 to 11 Blink Stalkers right now. And we don't have no Immortals at all. Just doing a lot of micro here. Just trying to be the person to win the game with his Blink Stalker attack. So moving on up. Maybe going to poke up that ramp. No. MaNa decides that's enough. Just checking for the presence of a natural. There isn't one, so I'm going to go ahead and back off. I know there are probably the same number of Stalkers on the other side as I have right now. So here we go. Now the Nexus going down. MaNa pressed the issue, forced Trap back into the base, and then threw down a Nexus. So good play. I believe it was scouted out, though, by this Observer. If we do a quick check, yes. The Observer did see it. And so recognizing that Liquid MaNa does have that expansion out right now, and going to maybe push out and try to punish this. We do have an Immortal coming out now, coming down from Trap, and another Immortal on the way. Yes, another Immortal on the way, and an expansion of Trap's own. So interesting play here. This Immortal could be enough to swing the tide of this battle that's upcoming. Going to come up, focus down this pylon just to try to supply block MaNa just for a little bit. It can be enough to help in a victory. Waiting up for this Immortal. No, just going to head back home. So, I don't know. I think that attack could have done pretty well. That Immortal is able to take down a few Stalkers on its own. It has the strong, hardened shields. It has a lot of hit points and shields and does hit pretty hard itself. So, no upgrades from either of these players. Just kind of content to have the Blink Stalkers. A couple sentries back here at home for Trap for defense. Not interested in heading out into the field just yet. We do have a hidden forward pylon, though, by MaNa right here at the location of essentially what is the 3rd for Trap. But Blink Stalker attack here, blinking in. MaNa's picking off another couple Stalkers. We have 20 Blink Stalkers to 7 right now for Trap. So, oh boy, this is a huge attack coming down from MaNa. Are we going to be able to... Yes, we're going to warp in additional reinforcements. We have some warp cycles available coming on in, but the 2 Immortals. 1 Immortal immediately gets sniped down. The second one also gets sniped down. And I think that's going to be all she wrote for Trap. We are attacking. Photon Overcharge is not quite enough to win this thing. Sentries recognize they can't force field out these Blink Stalkers. Excellent micro stutter stepping his way into the main of Trap is MaNa. Now he has the high ground advantage. Able to take these units down who are funneled. Focusing down these Stalkers who are warping in because they are vulnerable. And Trap calls the GG. So Trap decided to go for the Immortal play. It didn't really pay off, though. Just the Blink Stalker play of MaNa was too strong. Was able to get in there and snipe down those Immortals, prevent them from playing much of a role at all in that decisive battle. And eventually able to blink up the ramp. He was inside the main with a decisive Stalker advantage. It was 13 to 5, and that was it. So MaNa takes game 1 fairly convincingly. It was a good Blink Stalker play, just good micro, good decision making all around. At the income tab, he even had a Harvester advantage at 33 to 23, and his base was up and running a little bit before Trap's was. So you'll notice how saturated that is. So this has been Falcon Paladin with another StarCraft 2 professional upload. And if you like what you saw, hit that like button. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/FalconPaladin. Subscribe to my channel to catch my daily Blizzard uploads. If you're a fan of these games, you're going to like what I have. I try to be entertaining, I try to be educational, and try to make sure that you have a good time. So, until next time, this is Falcon Paladin, and you take care of yourself.